Hello, this is Dr. Beatty, the Bitcoin cryptocurrency doctor, and I'm going to try to do a short segment on what I have put together in regards to the cryptocurrency and Forex trade market, a program that I have developed called The Art of Combat Finance. I did a video on this previously, and I probably will try to upload it on this channel, where I did discuss my reasons for creating The Art of Combat Finance. And it's really a personal way that I'm helping people combat their own personal financial problems. Not anything where we're going after the government or anything like that, or creating war. It is a personal, people are having problems within their own personal financial world. And so this is a way that I'm trying to teach people to combat those financial issues that they have. So the Art of Combat Finance really comes from really 5 principles that I had believed in that will make a person successful. And I had discussed them in my previous video. One of them is that I think that people should become traders, and people should learn to become traders, because if you are a trader, and even if you learn this skill at a very young age, if you lose your job, you get laid off your job, or your job, you lose some of your pay from your job, or you might have something where you need an increase of income, you have some type of backup. Now, this requires a skill set. And the skill set takes time over time, which is why the Art of Combat Finance will be a program that is called Earn While You Learn, which means that I can't teach you everything before you start earning or fixing your situation. We will have to walk together. You will be earning and learning at the same time, because a lot of things in the financial world, in the financial market, are time sensitive. So one thing is to become a trader and get the skill to become a trader. Now, I talk about my company, IASC, International Alliance for Strategic Change. And IASC is a multinational research-based corporation full of business consultants, doctors in the field of business, PhDs in the field of business, and other field executives that are in business, and professors and educators that are on the board and within the company. And as DBAs, doctors in business administration, we are what's called people who actually work, practitioners in the field, like a medical doctor practices medicine. So we practice business concepts. So our main thing that we do is we do the research that is involved, or that is taken, that it takes to help a company remain sustainable, viable, and profitable at least 10 years while they're in business. Because according to the research, many companies, small businesses, multi-corporations, and such, are not able to sustain past 5 years. And that's just based on the research. So the DBA was created years ago to help solve that problem. And that's what I am, and that's what several of my colleagues are. Those who are PhDs are well versed in the research, theoretical and theories aspects, and filling in gaps and things that we need. So we work very well together and actually kind of cross each other. But the DBA is more of a hands-on person in the field with field executives. My company normally targets working for CEOs, chief executive officers, to keep them profitable. During this course, I designed a product called the ISSP, which is an Innovative Sustainable Solutions Plan. And if you go to Amazon.com, I have an example on it, because I actually had done one on Mary Kay. I did one on our, we have a orphanage that we help try to sponsor out of Uganda. And I did one on that. And I actually kind of do side ones on the ones that I'm on, the companies that I'm interested in. So This plan is a very comprehensive, detailed plan that looks at every aspect of a company, corporation, or even small business or micro small business to see if they have what it takes to make it to the 10-year mark. And if they do not, we suggest what needs to be done in stages, giving timestamps so that they can make it. We also support them. If they hire us to be their consulting firm, we also support them to make it to that 10-year mark. Because like I said, businesses are not making it to that mark. Now, that's what my company does. Now, my research focuses on the population of the world that's called the BOP, or the bottom of the pyramid, which is the 5 to 6 billion people in the world who live off of less than $2 a day and purchasing power parity, meaning that they live off of $2 according to US dollars. And we know that $2 in US dollars is not even worth $2 in US dollars. So I am very motivated and excited about the deregulated Bitcoin and blockchain system, which I'm doing a lot of research on. I will be releasing a book that I'm working on. It's called How to Use the Blockchain to Break the Slave Chain. And the slave chain is basically a mental slave chain that I'm talking about, a mental slave chain of the way we constantly do things in our personal finance and in the finance world. And considering we're moving to a new era in time to work with the blockchain technology, and Bitcoin is part of it. We have several altcoins and several other technologies. I am grouping all of this together under the umbrella of the Art of Combat Finance to help several people. And we've learned how to strategize and do this to help certain people now use these resources to sustain their families as well as their corporations. So another thing that I also recommend, number 2, is to trade cryptocurrency. Okay. Trading cryptocurrency, we made the word can be used a little bit differently. When we say trade, it may be exchange. It may be the same. I don't personally look at trading cryptocurrency as the same as when we say trading in Forex, because in Forex, we're dealing with what we call pips, and we're actually capitalizing on the market as the market is bullish or bearish, and we can capitalize in both ways, up and down. Where in cryptocurrency, I guess you can say it's the same way, but I think I'm going to have to work on the explaining part. I know with the futures contracts coming aboard, with CME and CBOE coming on this month in December 2017, that people are now going to be able to short Bitcoin, and that's another issue. But those all goes into things that people really need to learn, because I know people are probably like, what are they talking about? Futures contracts, CBOE, CME, and those things like that. So those things need to be taught, because those are also ways that people can get in and help to add extra income to their pockets. Another thing that I talk about, and I have a note, I've written it down, I talked about joining collaborative group finance. I titled it Joining Collaborative Group Finance. The African American culture is probably the only culture that I know that does not participate in collaborative group finance. I've seen many of those of the African culture, the Asian cultures, and Hispanic cultures participate in this type of finance. And this is something that I want to bring to the African community to help us pull together some of our resources and our funds to help each other out. And I call it collaborative group finance. There's a term that is used outside of that, but I like to try to keep a professional term for that. Another thing is that people need to learn, number 4, to do things on a global scale. You need to understand there are 7.6 billion people in the world right now, and we are now global in terms of being very hyper connective, in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of blockchain, in terms of all types of technology that is coming aboard today. So you're not limited to do business just in your neighborhood or with your warm market, your friends and your family. You are now can do business peer-to-peer, as Bitcoin has designed, across the world. And if you do run a small business, I like to encourage people to start thinking and having ways that they can reach out to other countries and other cultures, because those people want to be democratized into the economic society as well. And the fifth thing is to become a philanthropist and create a charity. Once you become financially secure in some ways, don't have to be totally, but start helping other people. And this is something that I'm trying to do myself. And I have come up with, since this past November, I wanted to help 99 people by next Thanksgiving. And so I'm creating files and folders where I can kind of contribute some pieces of Bitcoin, altcoin, or something to help people in my own economic way that I can give back as a doctor and being a philanthropist, because I like to share and I like to give back. And when I see people, with the wow, I scared y'all, didn't I? With the wow face, it really makes me excited. And I really loved that when I was an educator and a school teacher. So I still love it today to see people like, the light just went on in my head. I can really manage and get money with my family and we can do things. Yes. And I like to teach those things. So this is where the Art of Combat Finance came about. And these were the principles that I kind of believed that people should understand. So what I did, because somebody said I should do a video. So what I had done with my company, because we have so much support there with our board and so much education over years there and experience within the company, we have a university, which is our community education program. Now, this wasn't just designed for this cryptocurrency thing. We've already had the University of IASC, where we were trying to practice some open learning concepts, where we were offering courses in very little amounts of charging very small amounts so that people around the world can get a very good doctoral level education, because we're writing the stuff. We're writing the curriculums so that they can get it for little to nothing. Okay. And become educated. So that's the University of IASC. We also have we have our social arm. Most corporations have a social arm where we participate with donating and research. We do have one organization that I've been working with since day one, and that's the Friends of the Street Kids of Uganda. And I love the president there, and I am hoping to eventually surprise and make a good transfer there and get them on the Bitcoin system, because that president has been with me since the beginning of my corporation, and I love doing things like that. And there's a lot of organizations in Africa and even in America and Asia that I would like to look at sponsoring in the future through my company. So beginning back to the University of IASC, the University of IASC has two academies. It has the Forex Traders Academy, and it has the University of IASC Cryptocurrency Institute of Cryptocurrency and Trade. They're two separate academies because I don't reinvent the wheel. I'm using a model from two other companies. Now, this is based on research, which is why we're a strategic alliance, because the strategic alliance, according to the research, says that companies work best when they sustain longer when they work in a collaborative effort with other companies, whether it may be contractual, acknowledgeable, or maybe using their product. Almost like schools go buy McGraw-Hill textbooks to teach your students. And that's basically what University of IASC is doing. We're going out and we've purchased through other companies their curriculum, and that's through iMarkets Live. And we're purchasing the membership with the TradeCoin Club. And those are two companies that I have done a lot of extensive research on that have helped me to get where I am today, which have helped me to further my corporation, and that I currently stand by as a doctor in the field of business. So when you join either one of those teams, you automatically become a member group of the IASC or the University of IASC school and a member of our corporation. Normally, we charge a membership fee to become a member, and you get a lot of perks as a member. But if you are part of the university, you don't pay a membership fee. So you get the access to the board and the members of the company, and people who, if you do have a small business or thinking of a small business, you will now have access to, because you will be a part of our university system. So what I've done, because I do not like to leave any money on the table, because that's what the Art of Combat Finance is about, I have combined the best of two worlds. I started this concept back May the 23rd, and so now it's actually being put into play. It was a coming soon, but now it's a here now. So it's now here today, and what I have done is I have combine the aspects of the Forex Traders Academy and the aspects of the Institute of Cryptocurrency and Trade, and put them together under one umbrella called the Art of Combat Finance. There will be one website that people will go to, will be one link, and on that website you will learn everything about the companies that are involved, that are sponsoring and supporting this project, some of the people that are involved, and you will get steps that you can take step by step. These are steps that are going to be given in basically maybe a curriculum format. You have to understand there are professors and educators on this team, so we are being very, very careful in how we present this information to everybody. And that's the basic support that you're going to get from these organizations, these other external organizations. So you'll be given step-by-step information on how to join in the cyber currency world, how to become a Forex trader, and how to manage a small business so that you can reap the benefits of the tax deductions if you're in the United States, and do some other things to help support your family that we will also be teaching. Our board is very well educated, very well diverse, many of doctors in various fields. We do have doctors that are not even, we have a medical doctor as well. We have doctors that are in education in the medical field and not just in business. So we kind of, and that kind of helps, because we're moving out and we like to help with different little organizations in other countries. So we have to have those specialists on the board. But this is my way of combining the best of two worlds and having you earn while you learn, which is a concept that I've shamelessly stolen from iMarkets Live. I did not create it. And as a doctor, I do not like to plagiarize or anything, or just let you think that I came up with something out of my behind. It was a concept from that company, and their CEO is Christopher Terry. And I like the earn while you learn concept, considering I'm an educator. And because this is a fast-paced environment, you have to earn while you learn. You can't know everything in the beginning. It's impossible. You will lose so much money trying to know what we know before you get invested. So you're going to have some type of level of trust as you work towards your Bitcoin proof of work, which is a lot better than trust. You can read that in the Satoshi Sakamoto white paper. That was like a little plug there. But once you do come on the team and you get in the Art of Combat Finance, what you will have outside of being in these companies by themselves, you can go be in iMarkets Live by yourself. You can go be in Tradecorn Club by yourself, and you can work with those people, and you will have tremendous support from those people, which is great, because I can see the support system that's there. But if you want a lot more, if you want support from, I think we got over 40 years of experience in business, and you want it from doctors and professionals, and if you want it from DBAs who were particularly created to help businesses to sustain past 10 years, then you would want to get with us. So I had a friend tell me that I should do this video, and I thank this friend for telling me that I should do it. It's now almost 20 minutes, and I'm working on talking so much. So I'm going to end the conversation, and please put in the comment sections if you have any more comments or if I need to explain anything further. This is Dr. Chantel Beatty, the Bitcoin cryptocurrency doctor, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you and have a wonderful day.